Alright, here we have my Mecha crane arm. I had it working several months ago. The idea was I'd use these to get numbers and then turn this to go through automatic movements of loading and unloading, moving the imitation logs around. But somewhere between now and then it all got Hillaried and things got messed up somewhere in here, I guess. Probably my method of soldering wires and putting them on little things is messed up. So these two are no longer working, so I had to move things all around, and we don't know how the automatic, but that's okay because the automatic didn't really work that way anyway. So another weird thing here is watch what happens with the rotary when I turn this on. When it first comes on, the rotary moves the bottom one, which is what it was built to do. But once I start turning things, you'll notice that now this one operates the upper turn. So that's why what happened to this one. This one, somehow these are all switched around or something. And this should have been this one. So I don't know what happened. The Hillary got in here and messed it all up. And this one, on this, the potentiometer works somewhere between here and there, and reading it, it sends out good signals, but it only reads a small range out of the whole thing. So it doesn't go like that, it only goes like that no matter how far you turn it. So anyway, here we go. The idea here, it used to sit on this, sitting out there as a resting point. It no longer is able to do that either. So Hillary really got into this machine here. So here we go. We're going to turn this around. This is the idea here, is that this the train here would move, and somehow that's not working either. Yeah. So this is part of the reason I wanted to have it automated. I go through these motions to load it, and once I did that, and got a good system on it, and over here would be a giant hole. Basically it'd be the input to the log grinder that turns the pulpwood logs into pulp. So basically it'd just be a hole that I'd be able to just dump all these into and have a little conveyor in there that would move them down here and make noise down here, and it would have over there somewhere else along the railroad would be a dumpler that would fill up the wood pulp cars, and actually they would be filled from above where the paper plant was, and the paper plant would rotary dump the wood chips, and they'd fall down, go down here, and get loaded in to the paper chip cars. And this would just be all imitation that it was actually working, doing something. But it would be something here to be loading up the cars with wood. So you think, oh, the wood goes in there, and I can see that the wood goes in there, gets processed, turns into sawdust. Sawdust goes up to the paper plant, gets turned into paper. So anyway, Hillary did this. You can see how this basically works. I think I'm going to have to go back, take everything apart, because sometime in here I need to be able to control the bottom one and this one here to be able to move it from this side further over here, because there's no way that this is going to be a hole right there. So anyway, next time you ever see this, and it'll be a long time from now, this is going to have Arduino Mega on it instead of a Mini, so I can get more pins and forget about doing a rotary thing that actually picked out different numbers. I'm just going to have a whole bunch of push buttons to select the different automated things. And sorting these out, I'm going to have to come up with a different way of doing this. I'm going to have them on, basically I'm going to have the wires on pins that go in here, rather than having just a row of pins soldered onto the end of the wire connectors. Because somewhere in here, it's just too much there, and Hillary gets in and messes it all up. So there we have it. It's sort of, you can see how messy it was, and doesn't really work right yet, but you get the idea. Get it better yourself. Here we go.